Well, welcome back to another episode of The Harvest. Here I am, it's your boy Toni, a.k.a. Hassan, a.k.a. Anthony. You know me by many names, but respectfully, you get what I'm saying? Here I have with me, I have my boy Jamon, usually behind the camera, we're going to give you, give it up for Jamon, He's back on it. He's the first reoccurring guest that we have on the show, so that's real. Appreciate that. Reoccurring.
Reoccurring.
And next to me on my right, I have my good bro since childhood, singing in the choir. You know what I'm saying? But we had Mount Calvary rocking in the tenor section. Rock of Ages. Yo, we were singing. But no, my good bro since childhood, since like many chapters together for sure. But good bro James, Trey Washburn, the third edition.
Not the one, not the two, but the three.
No. I appreciate you taking time.
For sure, man.
Come on, man. It means a lot to me. But here on The Harvest, we like to harvest empowering conversations to where, like, we trying to feed the people that's watching, that's listening, Like, give them fruits of knowledge, give them wisdom, especially to the younger generation, too. So, man, that's why it means a lot to have you on, because, like, sit down and talk to people that actually know how to have a conversation, that know how to talk that talk, that just being themselves, some authentic beings. People need it.
Talk up just a little bit.
Talk.
Up just a little bit.
Okay. Man, just let me talk, bro. But no.
I didn't want to interrupt. I was trying to do it so smooth. I was like,
my bad. I should have peeped. But dang, I lost my train of thought. But that's why we do it. We do it here, man. But I want to start, bro. So like I said, since church, choir rehearsals on Wednesdays. See, this is the thing, Jamon. It was us for a little while before it was you.
Okay, hold on. So I think we got to give them their props first. So these two people right here, they started off at a young age, and they kind of did their own little wave of things. But in the midst of them doing their own little wave of things, they wasn't scared to, like, branch out there and do something different. You know what I'm saying? So in the midst of them telling, hey, we did this, we were in the choir together, they also started a wave called Mom that we did. And it started off it started off a little weird starting for me, because it was like a real deal game right here. Like, we out here having a whole boot camp for 4 hours, right? 4 hours. I'm like, okay, so am I joining the Mom? Am I joining the Omega? Like, who am I joining here? But nonetheless, it was something that these folks, they took on. And I just like really want to give them their credit and their props for that, because that is something to do at a young age. Like, these folks, I don't even think y'all was past 16 yet.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. So they were younger. So they did something at a young age that got people even younger than them to follow and to attract them, and everybody has to give them their props, because that's tremendous. That's tremendous right there.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Hey, kudos to you. Hey,
you already know.
We them boys, man. We did it with the Mom, like he said, before our boot camp. I don't think it was, my thing, I have to give Trey his props too, because Trey, you took it to another level. Like, I was in it with you, but to the degree that you wanted to execute on things, I was like, okay. I was always with, like, I would be like, even if I may disagree, I'd be like, all right, if you got, okay.
I feel like we balanced each other out.
We did, man. Yeah,
I feel like we both grew, and I think that's what's important about any partnership, and for us to be able to do that at such a young age.
Yeah.
I think
respectfully too. Yeah. Like, respectfully.
And we went about it the right way, and hopped over everything we needed to, and still, like, made it. And because we realized it was bigger than us at the end of the day.
We kept the main thing. The main thing.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
I like that. The main thing.
That was the thing, because it was like, I didn't really recognize the impact that it was creating, right? You don't recognize what you're doing while you're in it. But it was like, I know on Sunday, we gonna go out and we gonna minister to these people. We gonna reach somebody. Yeah. We gonna reach somebody. That's what we preach to y'all too.
Right.
That's what we would do, because it was like, you gotta think. mine was never at Mount Calvary, right? It was a new thing being introduced, and you got kids introducing it. So it's like, do you know, especially, I ain't gonna, you know, Mount Calvary.
Right.
But it's like, you got kids doing that, man. You had to be like, no, when we go out here, we gonna show them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like how y'all just transition into it. So let me ask y'all this: you talked about it, and I want to dive in a little bit more into it about trusting the process. Seeing how both of y'all like kind of balanced each other out, but as you said, like mine was never at Mount Calvary; it never been done. So like people gonna doubt it because they never seen it. Yeah. But throughout the
shout out to the strong ones.
Shout out to the strong ones.
Yeah.
Shout out to the strong ones. But from the people that doubted y'all, or even the obstacles that y'all ran into, how did y'all like say, hey, we keeping the main thing the main thing?
I don't know, for like me, brother, like, I would definitely have to say it was our bond, because like due to the fact that, like Ant said, we had been knowing each other. Even before that, we had been knowing each other since early stages of life.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, we knew, or I know, like we had each other back. So if you're gonna take this out, you're gonna take both of us out.
How many years y'all been knowing each other?
Shit, I don't recall. All I remember is really getting close with Trey, and realize I'm older than Trey. How old are you?
25.
Yeah, I'm 3 years older than Trey.
Yeah.
So I was
always before this one came around. I was always
shout out to the old man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the old man.
But no, I distinctly remember when I moved back from Kansas, because I was just like, I would come back to in the summers. That's when, because in the summers, that was the thing. It was at church. I was at Smile. I was at choir rehearsal every Wednesday during the summer because I was in Atlanta. Yeah. Then I go back to Kansas City. So it was like that summer thing. So during the summers, me and Trey was always together. Then I go to Kansas City. Then whenever I come back, we link.
You did 100 Black Men here too, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
but this was elementary, middle school.
Okay. Yeah.
So it wasn't until I fully came back to where like that's when me and Trey started. Like really
connecting. Finding that out.
Mm-hmm.
And we was running everything, and not even on no like cocky mix, like.
Yeah, we had that thing on light, and that's why now like I look at that, and I take that mindset to what I have now going on in life. Like, you know, like you enter the church is just like a small world,
right?
Yeah.
But still like you still introduced a new thing to a small world, and they accepted it. You gotta think, we was only momming at the afternoon services.
Hold up. First, we had to be able to step in there.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Look, even before the afternoon service. Remember when we couldn't even mom in church at all?
Oh yeah. So
that is true.
It started from that.
Yeah.
Game to now afternoon services. Then it eventually came to we doing this thing bi-monthly. First, was it the first Sunday of the month? So every other first Sunday we need y'all to be here. You know what I'm saying? Not need, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it was that expectation of, this is what y'all about.
Okay, so then what age was it that you found that you can use what you was doing in the church and how you was moving in the church in your regular everyday life?
It was the mindset that I had to go, well, my journey was I had to go back to who I was, right? So figuring that out, I was like, yo, like, you already had the mindset to actually build something with someone,
right?
To where, like, it grew. You touching lives. Look, it started with 2, ended up with 12 boys.
Yeah.
Bro, we had aunties, grandmas, and mamas come to us like, take my boy in. Let him start miming with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Here you go.
Because not only that, but they saw that. They saw that. Because we took it serious. So it's like that mindset I had at that age. It's like, man, you can't tell me I can't do that now. You can't tell, like, it's proof in the pudding. I realized when y'all niggas start calling me OGs, y'all, I'm like, yo.
But I had got
yo,
one time, and I was like, hold up, bro. Hold up.
It's like,
you can do cousin, but hold up.
OG, man, that's
I'm
crazy.
I'm like, dang.
Okay, so then let's talk about you then. So how did you carry what you was learning in the church or how you was moving through your spiritual life and your regular day life and how you maneuver through college. Talk to them about your whole life.
Oh yeah. Also, I just want to say like, you a drum major in high school.
Yeah, go ahead and list that.
Drum,
stuff.
yeah, you know you gotta get the accolades first. Yeah, the resume is there.
Hold on.
You gotta know. Hey, drum major at Tri-Cities.
Yeah.
Drum major at A&T.
North
A
Carolina.
member of KK Psi.
Yeah.
A member of the fraternity Alpha Phi Alpha.
Yes.
Name some like
President. He was president of
his chapter.
Yeah, his
president
chapter.
of his chapter.
He also won, I
Yeah,
think,
take it
3
over.
other awards at NCAT. It was for his chapter of Alpha and his chapter of the band fraternity. What else? What's some other things that you did?
Also, I want to. They brothers.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think I
don't know if you
they
can
brothers,
see it.
Yeah, but they brothers. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. During my time at A&T, I also was president of the Council of Presidents. Every school is kind of set up differently, but for T at least, that's just like that's the organization that like governs and advocates for all student organizations on the campus. So like basically every president of an organization on campus is a part of another one. And I served as day president. I served as district president for Kappa Kappa Psi as well.
So many names I forgot. I can't even think. He forgetting there's so many of them too. Like,
Hey, I remember this.
And that's the crazy part. Like, I didn't really understand like the work that this man had put in until like my older days. But sometimes all I had to do was go around and just say, "Oh, I'm James' brother," and that just opened the door. So I'm like, "Man, appreciate you." I didn't even have to say a word. I didn't have to move. I just walked in there and say, "Hey, I'm James' brother." Oh, for real? Everybody just open arms. So
Yeah,
but that's real work.
Back to your question with that mindset of starting in church and like now.
Okay, starting in church, I feel like just going through that whole process, that was, though we didn't want to go through it, we both needed it.
Sure.
And that really just really impacted me throughout life because it taught me you're going to always have to make the best of the situation no matter what you're going through. Now, granted, at different stages of life, I done had different levels of understanding that. But every level is important because if you don't have that foundation with anything, that whole house gonna crumble. Like
That foundation is key.
So I think that just really laid the foundation and like really even like our work ethic before we started the whole mind ministry, like starting in the choir, like that thing wasn't moving like that before. Like, and we had to fight that too. But you know, everything happens for a reason. That's what life has always taught me. Like at every stage that I've stepped in, I had the pleasure to, and at the end of the day, it's all because of him. Like, and also just realizing it's bigger than me. I never stepped into nothing like about me. It's about who I can help out because I don't want the next one to have to go through what I did.
Yeah.
Like even like going out of state, like for real, that was a whole different ball game. Like really stepping outside, I ain't never been to Greensboro a day in my life. But I knew when I stepped on A&T campus, that was for me. And and that was a whole process in itself because going into a different culture and environment.
Yeah.
I went, sometimes, and people may say I'm not as welcoming still, but even before I got to A&T, I was not as welcoming. Like, if I ain't know you, it's like...
Hey, man, Trey gave you the cold shoulder.
Like, why are you talking to me?
The ATL. That's the
So, like, going out the stage, like,
nigga, what you want?
You want me to do what? Like,
Yeah.
But, like, that was a whole process as well, like, really learning to read the room and understand your environment, not change necessarily who you are.
You definitely had to read the room.
Yeah. And you know, like...
See what he just said, though, about read the room. And how when I came on, I said controlling the room.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't need to control the room. You just got to just be yourself. Read that room. Because the room ain't going to change. You in there.
Yeah.
You can't control it. You know what I'm saying?
You got to know your numbers. Like, you outnumbered. Not change who you are, but you got to play the game right.
I learned how to read the room sitting in Mount Calvary Sanctuary.
Oh, definitely. Because you knew when they was liking that man up there preaching, or if there was a guest. And you got to know how to do, because, I mean, let's also, like, talk about it for real. Like, going through mine, like, we had to find our area. You know what I mean? Like, And I think it happened because of the balancing out. Like, starting off, you was heavy on the creative side, and I would say, like, I was heavy on the execution and the discipline side.
Yeah.
And that's how, like...
that's what we were known for, though. It was like... shit,
but we was known for all of that.
Yeah.
That was what we were known for.
Yeah.
But that's what I feel like we brought to the table, because we couldn't play because we ain't had no option.
And
that was not an option.
Trey would be on their ass.
Like...
Oh, man.
Man, I just want to let you know the boot camp Trey I did.
I figured.
I just said, yeah, shit. I'll be there.
Hey, trust the process.
The boot camp, the 5-hour practices, the practices where we couldn't even practice at the church.
And we didn't leave until we got that shit right.
We couldn't even practice at the church.
But we still practice.
But even still, that whole process of mine and what we did, that transpired also into life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and that's my thing. Like, we took a seed. Just
that's
a
what
seed,
he said. That's all we need.
A seed of thought.
Yeah.
That was it. Like, and realize we was already kicking it before. We weren't thinking about no mom. Like, when we first met, we didn't get together because we like, let's mom together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mom wasn't even in the thought.
Yeah. But it was like we had an interest in it at the same time, and I realized it was different when I realized you could get paid to go mime at somebody else's event.
Life lessons. Life lessons.
It's a business.
Yeah.
Well, man, that was crazy.
That's why the execution, that's why the brain is important.
Yeah, but that just that fuels me now, because it's like I know it's possible, right? I know I can create an impact. Like, I know it. So with you, like, what are you? I feel like we haven't sat down and talked, like, for real, because I feel like you in real estate too. You in like, what you like? Paint the picture.
Yeah, give us a rundown of the third lifestyle.
Excuse me, y'all.
And hold on. And while doing all of this stuff that he's finna talk about, he also has a great creation in this world. My nephew, my best friend. We call him Jay-Z, but still, while doing all of that, he's balancing like two different lifestyles.
Yeah,
and still been able.
Get in there.
Yeah,
get in there. It's coming. It's coming, bro.
Oh, we're gonna give you the whole rundown.
Yeah.
Trying to tell my whole life.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, like, hey, we gonna get there.
Swear to Mike.
Yeah.
Check it. See, I ain't lying. But yeah, like I'm just really at a stage in my life where I'm just trying to like make the most out of everything. Life is nothing but a roller coaster, so I have like dibble and dabble in the real estate area. Definitely trying to tap back in that soon. And the goal is to be a serial entrepreneur. And quite honestly, my real goal, I want to be able to sit down, right? And granted, I'm still working 9 to 5 right now. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus, like, for the opportunity. Because that's also teaching me and opening my eyes in different ways and such as well. But yeah, like, dang.
Also, I want to thank you too, because I was just thinking while you're talking thank you for always supporting Reckless. Whenever.
Oh, definitely, brother.
Nah, because that's the thing too. Like, you always showed up. You always showed up, and it was like, okay, I can count on Trey. Like, Trey gonna be there, even if like, like it's like, because you're like you said, serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You were the disciplinary and the execution part. I was the creative.
Yeah.
So it's like in my world, it's still like, creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's getting to that point to where, okay, this creativity can also chain into.
That's
you
what
get
builds
what I'm
up
saying?
everything.
Yeah.
You start just throwing out 1,000 ideas, what you actually doing without no execution.
Yeah.
Like, are you making the bread that you could be making?
Yeah.
Like, are you moving the way that you could be? But yeah, but like, and I think I feel like the greatest impactor in this area of my life that I'm about to talk about was really like my granddad. Like, but that whole like family and loyalty code, like, I really like hold that shit tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
you don't play about your family.
And family ain't just blood, you know what I mean?
No,
so
facts.
like,
Facts.
man, family is support. Like, no matter what you're doing, like,
Family.
not saying I gotta be there, but
Yeah.
like, you called me, like,
Be there.
Why can't I see if I got
that's
time
not
or make
that's
time?
not an option. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, that's that bond. You know what I mean? Like you want the same in return, but like it ain't even about that. Like that's if you got the opportunity to, why not? Like, and I feel like God has put everybody in our lives and everybody that will be in our lives there for a reason. Even the people that like no longer with us. Everybody and everything happens, and all the meets and greetings. Even if you don't know nobody but 5 seconds, like that was for a reason. Yeah. So if I feel like He's placed me and placed this circle around me that I really rock with, I really trust, like that's bottom line. You can't expect nobody else to support your guy, your family, whatever. Like if you ain't there, like what are you talking about?
Yeah. Facts.
I think that go back to what you were saying earlier, having a strong foundation around you.
Yeah. And I feel like every stage of life is like my granddaddy laid it, and every like stage that I've been through, like brotherhoods and like
it's just really
being in the band, like all that just further intact, like instill that in me type situation. So of course, but
that's real. Like I was saying, I got joked with like yesterday because it's like, dang, you got about 3 or 4 friend groups, right? But it's a blessing to be able to have those friend groups to where like you can call family, you can rock with, like you could, whenever I need you type deal. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a blessing for sure.
That definitely.
That's a blessing for sure. Like I say, it's been a minute since we like really kicked it. Yeah. Like, but I know you was there. You showed up for me when I went through like the loss of my great grandma. Me, you, and Brian, like we was just kicking it.
Definitely, man.
But how was like, because I don't like. It's been like we family, but we wasn't all like. How can I say it? I feel like I missed out on a lot of shit. You get what I'm saying? As for we to call each other family, I feel like I missed out on a lot of shit. And it's like, damn. Yeah. It's like, that kind of. So like now, it's like that's why I said we haven't really sat down and talked. Cause it's like, that's why I asked like, what you into now? Like, what's the goal? Cause I feel like it's the perfect time to like, I wouldn't say reconnect, but just like even with him showing up for me, it's like, man, these niggas mine. Yeah. Sometimes you don't see it. Yeah. And it's be like, damn, like.
Everything happened for a reason, you know what I'm saying? Like,
gotta go back on that part,
everything happens for a reason. So like, I feel like that's really, when you, any type of relationship, like, sometimes you gotta like, grow your own space and then like really tap back in. You ain't never really like cut off type, but life been taking us all different type of ways. So like, it wasn't never no love loss or nothing like that. Like,
and I always felt that. Always. And
that's
it was never in question. It was never in question. It was just like, damn, like just having that like you said, that space of also like trying to do your own shit. Like
because we also like you said, like we 3 years apart, so like we're not technically exactly at the same points in life. Like our paths have like crossed at the same time. And not necessarily our paths, but like you know what I mean, like we've been going through similar things around the same time or at the same time, but we're still like, you 3 years ahead of me type situation. But I also appreciate that because like I've always, and I feel like that's, y'all don't realize like y'all really helped me out, like for real. I was always the young one, like out of y'all, out of my.
Trey was always welcome to the older girls. Like, it didn't matter nowhere. And like, Griffin.
Like,
oh man,
but it's really crazy too at the same time how that all just trickulated down to even when I come around. Now I'm the youngest in the group, but it's just like it's crazy how you install something in somebody and the work that y'all or how y'all are combining together, it didn't go unnoticed. Like even though I'm the youngest, it's still like 4 other people that's ahead of me that when we start going around different groups and different people, they think we're much older than we really are.
Yeah, like you, JD. Yeah, you the youngest out of all them.
Youngest. I'm the real youngest.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy, like, just because we use these more than we use this.
Yeah. And I was just telling, I'm at work actually. I said, I work for a place. I mean, I was like, y'all.
We got a job. We got
important. That's what's important. but they're not paying me to say that ain't my life
Yeah.
right now. So it's like you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We should be listening twice as much as we talk. And people may take that the wrong way, but like that's just bottom line.
That's real. It's real. Right.
And if you actually use that to your advantage, you could really be moving a whole lot differently. Sometimes, granted, everybody's meant to go through their own trials and tribulations, but sometimes our trials and tribulations, whether we want to admit to it or not, we don't play the part in that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Gotta look in the mirror. Be like,
yeah,
what
that's
did I
first
do?
step.
Yeah.
It ain't always somebody else. So
That's real. That's real. You gotta look at, you gotta understand what you're doing, because I think 9 times, when I say most times, when people don't like stuff, 9 times out of 10 they're doing it.
yeah,
That's what I really realized. Like, how can you expect something else to be consistent when you're not being consistent?
yeah,
How can you expect the day to keep rolling, 24 hours to keep coming in, McDonald's to be every time good serving you, Chick-fil-A serving you? Back to what I was saying, how can you expect other things to consistently give you something when you're not consistently giving the world something, or you're not consistently being your best? So I feel like in order to fix a problem, you got to fix yourself first.
It
There
starts
goes.
yourself.
Yeah.
It starts yourself. You get it?
Yeah.
my nose. Sorry, y'all. It's fall season. We got the little, you know.
Oh, so, well,
Look
no,
good, though. Consistency.
Consistency.
Oh yeah, definitely
It starts
consistent.
yourself.
And, and that was, and like I said, that was something that we learned early on. But like every stage has really taught me something. So definitely, I'm grateful for all the steps. And like I said, it was always bigger than me. And that's with the consistency and knowing that it's bigger than you. That's a drive like no other.
You ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's a drive like no other.
Yeah.
Because even
Yeah.
once you straight, but is everybody else straight? Like, does everybody else understand? Like, and knowing that teams are necessary. Like I said, excuse me, we really balance each other out too. Like, and we both gain from like my creative area grew. Granted, I've been around like that space really for like most of my life.
You was
so,
in
like,
child plays.
Yeah, like so
Yeah,
I was
seen-
always
what,
like
what other play was that?
a Christmas Carol.
What was that?
Hey.
Bro, I remember seeing Trey at the. It was at theater.
Yeah,
What theater that was?
at Alliance.
At Alliance
That's
Theater.
what- that's
Trey,
the name I was
Trey
talking
was a child actor in Alliance Theater. But got acting skills.
Oh, and Dream
Hey,
Girls.
make it
And Dream Girls?
And Dream.
And Dream
I know
Girls.
you remember that.
I don't remember
Okay,
Dream
so
Girls.
they did a whole little field trip because they went on what's the award show called for?
There was the Shirley Hemsley.
The Stella?
Yeah, the stuff.
The Stella Award?
Something like
the Shirley Hemsley.
Okay,
Oh,
so
he said it.
it's all the same thing. But it's a big award show where you get awards for like the big plays in Georgia or in the
So
world.
it's a stage play award.
Yeah,
Okay.
stage play award. And he did that. He was like, wasn't you like one of the biggest? I don't know.
This is
Yeah.
a proud brother. This is
I
a proud
appreciate
little
it. I
brother.
appreciate it.
I'm making people realize, where it comes from. You gotta give people flowers when they're alive versus when they dead.
No, I know.
I appreciate
I love
it.
it. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was so really technically, people be thinking I playing, but I had my first job in the 4th grade, like actually, and that was when I was at Alliance Theater. That
Uh-huh.
was like, I started to understand, I can do this and make bread. Oh, y'all
Yeah.
playing? What y'all doing? So that,
That was 4th grade.
yeah, I was in 4th grade.
He was standing on the elevator.
But that was also a process too. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't get that the first go round. So like even like remaining consistent with that and like really rocking with that. But yeah, like realizing that there are multiple opportunities for you to be bringing in income from an early age. Like that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I mean, go for real. Like at minimum, you need a income for every bill you have.
Get into it. Get into it.
If you got an income for every bill that you have, your standard of living is now on a whole nother level. Granted, every bill is not large, so you may not need a huge income, but what if it is a huge income? You definitely don't have to worry about it. You can pay for the whole year. But and I'm not saying that I'm even like there yet, but like that's
You
what
should put me in.
There's some fruit for the
You
day.
should put
There's
me
some
in.
fruit.
that's next level. Like really think about that.
Every bill should have
Every
income.
bill have their own income, no matter what it is. And it'll be great if they're as passive as possible as well, but that may not be an opportunity for everyone. And I'm not saying that you got to do something you don't necessarily like, but some things, it may not be the greatest things that you like, but if it's bringing in bread,
Yeah.
and especially if it's passive, like,
Yeah.
you don't have it just running in the background, that's one less thing for you to worry
Yeah.
about.
I feel like I had to that. I feel like for me, for my journey compared to that, I feel like I had to start over. I had to knock everything down and start back over. I had to start fresh, right? So it's like now to that same mindset of like, that's why when you ask how I was doing, I'm like just game planning.
Yeah.
Because it's like I have so many bills, but also so many creative passions that could fuel those. You know, that could, if you really dig down to it, that could fuel those bills and fuel that income.
Yeah.
I have so many creative passions that I can go into. I know I can make money with Reckless.
No. Oh, yeah.
I know I can. You know, I know
Right.
I can get that off the ground. But like again, I had to tear that down because it wasn't stable. It wasn't the
The
foundation.
foundation
Wasn't
that you want.
and what it was created. It was like, we got to get back to the churning bucket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like now I'm realizing, okay, I'm fueling different things now.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they tell you, and it's a good strategy, but it's like, go down, pick this thing, and just go all out for it. You know, they don't be realistic with you. Like, you can do multiple things, but they teach you, if you do just this, if you just pick one thing
Yeah.
and focus all out, it's like,
But that was something I had to understand too. Like, and I make some people mad, but I'm alright with that. Like, us growing up in the time that we necessarily did, that you had to understand that sometimes the generations before you, what they had to work through and what they had to get through, they were different struggles. So like the level that we're thinking, they not thinking like that. And that's something that you also have to be careful with. Like when you're pouring into people that's younger than you, sometimes I feel like some people around us was ultimately preparing us for a world that did not exist.
yeah. Oh.
Dive into that.
Yeah.
Dive into that.
Oh.
So like,
Almost
granted,
like setting you up for failure. Like,
like that world don't even like.
It's not what's going on.
We're coming up, even from the way a young man should look. Think about the evolution of that. And like even when we was coming through, like granted, everybody done went through their own little hair stage as well. Like,
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
but it was at one point, especially as African American males, you need to look low cut. That's it. That's your only option.
Can't have no hair. Can't
Because
have
that
no
means
braids,
that they'll
nothing.
possibly let you in the door to work for them. Like, bro, what?
Tattoos, all that.
I'm gonna come in here and first of all, I'm gonna look how I want to look, and second of all, I'm still show you that has nothing to do with my work ethic, and that has nothing to do with my work.
It don't make me who
Believing
I
in
am.
But they had to get through they had to get through that so we can be able to think like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they was doing what they could, but it's also just important as we get older, like what that felt like. Because if we ain't careful,
It could be us too.
it's doomed to repeat itself. Like,
Breaking them cycles.
yeah.
Breaking them cycles. Like being a trailblazer in a way. I feel like that's like, and not even be dramatic about it, but that's legit what it was. Of just like breaking cycles. Breaking into something that's not even welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like that just hit different.
It's like you got more to fight for.
Yeah,
It's
but
You
like
gotta infiltrate the mindset.
and I'm not saying that's how it was, but
having
as
a
you
mindset.
were saying, giving back to the youth and making sure that what you're setting them up for is not like an alternate reality.
Yeah.
As a child doing that, I did not feel welcome. You get what I'm saying? That's how you made me feel as an adult.
Yeah.
And as a child, you're supposed to be, I'm looking up to you. And I'm not feeling welcome for bringing something in new to this space.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That
That hit different.
yeah.
That hit
But
different.
that was a
So
different grind.
like I guess, like I said, like it may not be quote unquote that exact. Like, we won't welcome. Like just had to clear the air. But it was like that's how I felt. Like
Yeah.
I'm not welcome in this space. So it's like when I get in this space, I'm gonna show
take
y'all.
over, yeah.
I'm gonna show y'all. And then what don't even make it even better or worse? That's my own blood. Crazy thing, I never had a conversation with him about mine. We never had a conversation.
That's wild.
But like that was also, granted, all that's true, and that was. But that was lessons in itself. And I feel
That's
like
what I'm
both of us
saying,
had
yeah.
to go through something like that. Like,
In a way, it's
blood
like
don't mean family all the time.
facts.
Like,
And you said
blood,
that.
blood don't mean loyalty. Like, and that's what it comes down to. So you need to find the
Facts.
ones that's gonna rock with you and that's gonna rock for you real quick.
And ride with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so then watch this.
Like they may not know it, but that shit we took it as life lessons. We took it as this is gonna make me better, rather
'Cause
than
it
this is
did.
gonna destroy me. You know what I'm saying? Like we had that mindset. Like,
But we was open to it as well, and that's
Facts.
what's important.
But you got really at a young age.
Yeah.
And that's what I was
Boy,
wanting
you
to
was
talk
doing
about.
this at 10, nigga.
I want to talk about that.
No,
Like,
for real.
even though y'all were at a young age, like, how did y'all get the courage to, like, say, we're young, but we're going to attack the younger generation? Like, we're going to keep this thing going because we realize, like, it's bigger than us. Like, how do y'all do that at that age? Because I didn't have, like,
It's a gift, bro.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
That's all it comes
And
down
you just
to.
gotta be put. That's why you gotta thank God for putting you in the situations to be able to give out that gift. Like
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if we was in the hood, niggas, we probably wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because we wasn't in that environment. We wasn't in that space. You know what I'm saying? Like the hood don't be.
Yeah.
But we was placed in a space to where like we could do that. That's why, like to this day, I credit my village
Yeah.
because you was in that spot
Yeah.
to nurture your gift.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But
That was a blessing.
Yeah, it's a
because
gift,
you got to be
bro.
in the right place at the right time
Mhm.
too.
That's
So
what it's all
even
about.
though you got to knock down and make, open up a different way of thinking,
Yeah,
it still got to be at the right place.
yeah. Because I can't tell you what it was that made me be like, oh, this is what. At that age, I'm just doing it because I never
Yeah.
been told I couldn't. Like I didn't like being told, but it's not. I never been told. I didn't like being told I'm not able to do nothing.
Yeah, especially when
You
you,
can't
got no
tell.
good reason
I don't
for
like. To this day, I'm
Yeah.
28. I do not like to be controlled.
it.
I don't. Who you talking like? You know what I'm
You
saying?
tell
Like,
me I can't do something you don't even know.
yeah. You see what I'm saying? I
That
don't.
makes sense.
So it was like I had that growing up to where like, no, like if I see I can do this,
Yeah. And especially if your reasoning ain't solid.
especially
if
if
you
your
tell-
reasoning ain't solid.
Okay, why can't I do it?
Yeah, why you hating on me?
You can't even give me 3.
We back,
I'll take that.
but that was funny. Yeah, we definitely recording, bro. But
That was a good little. That was a good
yeah,
little.
good point though.
I was asking her about the phone the whole time. I thought we were still on break. I didn't know we started back.
I know we
We
started.
had a
back.
whole conversation.
It's
My
all
bad.
good though. It's good. It's
All
okay.
right, go back into what you were saying. I'll take that. point.
It's okay. It's not that big of a deal.
It's
not
okay.
that big.
It really is. Y'all have to cut all this right here. But this us. So what's
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
I'm
It's
just
like,
playing.
What's up?
Bow.
What were you talking
dang,
about?
what
That's
was we
yeah.
talking
You
about?
threw yeah. That's what I was like.
Yada 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 yada.
I didn't even realize it. I'm so
Hey, but that's
sorry.
for a reason too, though.
Yeah, but we know we was
Yeah.
talking about like memories.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
just,
like
documents.
photos and stuff. Like
Yeah.
this video, like we losing folks young.
Mhm.
Like that was something that we definitely had to kind of embark upon. And I feel like in our own way, I feel like that was also stuff we went through that we connected on type situation. But like losing folks, but like these videos now, they definitely provide a different source of,
Yeah.
I guess, a different source of memory.
Yeah. It do,
Because
but also,
photos, like, yeah, you can see the person, but no matter the hell or not, you can still press that play button as long as the format allows for it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, that was still always a thing because, excuse me,
Bush.
that was always a thing, even with, like the tape recorders and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, but if you didn't transition that to CD and then transition that to MP3,
Mhm.
you may not have an opportunity to play that anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you got, VHS or something. And ain't too many of them. So,
Ain't too
like, us locking in and using this, it's definitely, like, these memories definitely.
yeah, because I feel like I don't know, like for me, I wouldn't say I experienced a lot of death, but like it was a lot of people in the village that we lost at an early age to where like you see it up close.
Yeah.
To where like, oh dang, like I know you said you credit your granddaddy
Yeah.
and your grandma,
Yeah.
and then then just not even like family, but just like people in the church as well.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Miss Freda.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Miss Oliver.
Yeah.
You know, like them people there, it's like, so I got like, I cherish these people.
Yeah, but I also feel like for me, it made me wake up into a realization that like, hey, you're here for a reason, and you have to do the job that you're set out to do.
You're
because
equipped.
It's, I mean, like, yeah, for real, and that's real because like, time don't wait for nobody. At no point does time wait. It's gonna keep moving whether God is up or down. So like, you just gotta make the best out of it.
Mm-hmm.
For real, for real.
Yeah, it's definitely about making the best out of those situations because as humans, I feel like we try to control a lot.
Ooh, you see it so much.
But
You see it
some
so
things ain't
much,
up
bro.
to our control.
Mm-mm.
A lot of things are not up to our control. It's
Right.
that man upstairs. You don't know how long you got down here.
I feel like, especially our generation, that, and then I see, not that I see, because I don't acquaint myself with people that lack faith,
Yeah.
but I see as a society of people
Yeah.
that lack faith. You know, it's just be like with these minds, you know,
Yeah.
like,
You see it, and you see a lot of easy control too. Like some of these trends, like that's what you really think, bro. Now, granted, everybody got their own different journey. I think
Yeah.
that's also important about like
yeah,
everybody that may not move the same way we move or believe in it the same way that we do. Like everybody's at different levels because I feel like we both had to go through phases of life where we had to make our relationship personal, like with our, faith or spirituality or whatever you want to kind of call it.
yeah,
And I think that's important. Like, and especially me with a kid now, like you got to understand whatever you're instilling in your child, you got to also leave room for them to actually understand and build their own relationship with it. Because if not, they're going to be doing it because of you, not because it's something that they like to do or that's something that they want to do or not something that they should do. Because the moment that you're not controlling them no more, that's the first thing they cut.
yeah,
That's true. That's true. But
Yeah.
I mean, that also ties in and like just trusting everything.
Yeah.
I feel like how you said earlier, and how you've been saying out through the whole show. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Nothing
It do.
that occurs should be to set you back.
Yeah.
It
Nothing,
might
yeah.
like you might not understand the picture now, but it's a bigger picture to everything, and you got to understand like use everything that happened to you or with you, and use it and just keep going because it's bigger than you.
yeah. You should, you need to read the book, The Alchemist. I'm reading
yeah.
it now. But it's this word, and it's
Send
this,
that to me.
I got you. I have the book at the house, but I'm reading it right now, so
Okay.
I'll get it to you. My boy Kendall gave it to me.
Shout out Ken.
But it's this word. I forgot what form of language, but it's called Maktub, right? It's, I don't know. It's Maktub, Maktub, right? I don't know.
Put it on the screen too.
But it means it's already written. It's already written. So the control, it's not even necessary. Because what can you control? Because it's already written.
And that's true. And now that you say that, it also makes me think about like when I say like things happen, but you got to keep going. Like,
Yeah. That's the only
so
option.
what? So what you feel? so what you hit your toe and broke a bone?
You
Who
gotta keep
cares?
going.
Like you got to keep going. Like, what's the purpose of stopping?
I
For
gotta
real.
see. I have a conversation with Lex's dad over there, and he said the end game. I gotta see the end game of
Yeah.
this.
But I feel like we
I have
all
to.
understood that from even if we didn't fully understand that, we understood it to a certain extent from an early age. Everything that we did, and hey, all of us don't march, and somebody programmed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
That's another
built-
way- yeah,
that built
that-
great discipline for
and
me
you
as
see
well.
big picture ideas
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
understand. Even though I may be marching in this one little squad right here,
Woo-hoo.
this
Yeah.
whole big picture is being
Yeah.
made out
Yeah.
here. You know what I mean?
It's not even about me.
Hey, I don't know if he talk about that, but that boy was on that horn.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
he's
was
like,
watching.
Mays
Yeah.
High School marching
Yeah.
Rangers. Yeah.
Section leader.
Yeah, he was.
You know, even though,
Hey, I still
Zone
remember them
folk.
days, like pulling up to support you, like for real.
Yeah.
Like
man,
we done been through. Yeah,
Yeah, even though
we went to
I
Tri
wouldn't-
Cities though.
you know the crazy
Met that
thing
shit.
about it?
Southside.
and I say this all the time, but I started marching because I want to go to the football games for free.
Yeah.
But I knew how to play trumpet since I was like little. So like while I was in marching band being section leader, I never really developed. I was just doing it because I was like I'm good at this shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know. But it was like I wasn't even trying to like develop it for real because it was like I only knew how to do 2 scales, bro. I remember I knew the warm up, I knew the song. Like remembering music was easy, but B flat scale, and that's the only one I can name.
Hey, but you know, lie though, I am the same as that way though. I did like it was just so easy, like it was natural. I feel like it was a God-gifted talent that we could do, so we just did it. Like, nah, we're not gonna waste God talent, so we're just gonna do it. And I feel like in that we were still looking at the bigger game and like still trying to understand the game.
And you were playing sax. Did you look at it like that too, or did you like how many scales you knew?
15, all over 20, 25.
Oh,
Hey, we
It was a part of the blue and gold marching.
Hey,
I was more invested in chorus though.
Targ rolling at us, you know. We had to audition to get in the program at Tri-Cities, so off rip. You know a couple, you might not get that acceptance paper. But granted, I feel like for a long time I ain't know everything that I needed to because I wasn't locked in. Like, I was doing it because, you know, like, I knew all the possibilities, like, you know, seeing my mama, like, all these people that was in band or big organizations, even, like, just overall before me, but, like, I wasn't locked in for real. But once I, like, really started working it and, like, understanding how this could impact later on, I was like, So, and that's what a lot of people don't necessarily, I feel like, realize about me. I do a lot of observing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Depending on when you meet me and how you meet me, you may not know I talk.
I feel it. Yeah.
It's true when you think about it.
But like, if you're in a different type of space than me, you like, you think he don't what?
You don't think he tall? That boy got a mouth on him.
All right.
Yeah.
But like, that's also a lesson in itself. Like, I'm a big observer, and I'm really big on using time and energy wisely. As rude as it may be,
it's just crucial.
Like as rude as it may be, like I can't spend it on everybody.
Okay, so let's do this. We like to end the show off, or kind of. You mind if I do it? Let me ask you that. Let me first ask you that. You mind if I take it in?
Take it away, bro.
Okay. So we like for our guests to leave the audience with one piece of fruit. So what is one piece of fruit that you would give to the people out there that they can go with and that they can use on their everyday journey to be the best version of themselves as possible? Think about it. I know hard a little weight.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna cut this part out, y'all.
What was your question again?
The fruit question.
What was it?
You want exact words? It's not too much weed to add. You want exact words or you want something like around the area?
No. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask the question again. So, what would be the one piece of fruit that you can leave for the people out there that will help them through their everyday journey to continue to grind and continue to push to be the best version of themselves as possible?
I really think that's hard. One thing.
Okay. Just give me one thing.
You ain't gotta change it.
A piece of fruit. It could be as small as a blueberry or as big as a watermelon.
I gotta give a combination of things to like make it one. Okay?
Yeah, we call it the harvest.
Yeah.
Go ahead, harvest
The
them
harvest.
people up.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna call this. Harvest them up.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Give us something.
We listening to you. You got the spotlight.
Dang.
Spotlight.
Hey man, I would definitely. Yeah, okay. I would definitely have to say, trust the process. Establish you and be comfortable with you, and being comfortable with not being comfortable, because that's where growth happens at. And always striving to be at least 1% better every day.
say something about that, Michael.
I think that's what I would have to like. And I feel like all of that is important. None of that is more important than the other.
He just gave y'all a harvest. He
A
just
bag.
gave y'all a harvest.
Let me say
man.
this for real, like, and I know this is the harvest, but like, I don't want nobody ever think that I'm coming from like a place of perfectness or I'm where I want to be right now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, but everything is important. But that final, and even not the final step, the steps is on the way. For everybody around here right now, everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's real. Because, you know, shit. Just being human just eliminate you from just being perfect.
Yeah,
Like,
we
all
ain't
go through
we
shit.
ain't Jesus the Chris. We is not that man.
Yeah,
You may be
so-
made in his image, but you are not him.
Okay.
Flaws and all.
And I'm gonna
ebbs and
say this,
flows.
and this is gonna be my last thing. And I'm gonna give it to our host, Ant. I just want to say thank y'all for everything that y'all have done, and I'm speaking for me and also the other people that y'all have helped. But mainly me. Thank y'all for installing in us the things that y'all wanted to see. Like y'all said, we might not understand that when we were younger, but as you go on, as you mature, and as you go through life and challenges, you realize what people try to install in you.
Yeah.
And when you actually use these, and you use this to remember what came through these, it really works. It really works. So although we might joke around about those 4 hours we may have to spend together or the every Saturdays, it still taught a vital lesson in all of us to keep going no matter what may come. Because at the end of the day, if we are who we are and if we're the best version of ourselves, we shouldn't have to worry about nothing. We won't have to worry about nothing because nothing stops. When you're yourself, you don't have to worry about the accolades because they come with being yourself. But when you're not yourself, you have to worry about the accolades. So focus on you, like you said, be yourself, be comfortable, and you'll get a good product out of that.
Yeah.
So thank y'all too,
That's
and more power.
Appreciate
to
it,
you.
man.
Like,
Yeah, no,
More
real
power.
talk.
Like,
Real
More
talk.
power. More power.
Oh, man.
yeah.
Appreciate that for sure. For sure. Well, that wraps it up for this episode of The Harvest, where we come to harvest empowering conversations. My boy Trey just gave you a meaningful harvest. And I hope you apply, you know. We're gonna start like a little harvest notebook of things that we learned over
Yeah.
season 2.
Oh yeah.
Because it's been some things. And this has been a blessing. And like I said, I appreciate you again for taking the time
Oh, definitely, brother.
to coming
Hey.
on talking with your boy.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
Like for real, for real. And even like some of our other conversations, you know, I'm always big on support and making sure like when I support somebody, I'm putting them in the greatest light possible. Like, because at the end of the day, it's always bigger than me. So I appreciate even the thought, the saying like, bring me out here. Like,
Yeah.
Support the one.
I ain't nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, but the fact that you thought, I hope something I said, and that was our mindset too. We hope at least one thing we did or said like impacted somebody.
Yeah.
That's always the end
Yeah.
goal. So definitely.
And we
thank
was
you.
doing it
Yeah.
with moves.
Yeah. So definitely thank you for thinking of me. Like I definitely
doubt.
appreciate it. It was definitely a
That
wonderful
means
time.
a lot. Appreciate that for
Hey.
sure.
Hey, call me back though.
I got you. We're gonna come back with season 3. We're about to wrap up season 2 now, but hey, be sure to subscribe, share, like, comment, all that. You know, show love to the harvest. We're doing something good for the people. We hope you'll see you next week. It's your boy Tony. Peace.
Let's do it.